So, first podcast, actual podcast of Sable Energy.
That's pretty exciting.
Pretty
I
exciting.
won't lie. It's pretty cool.
Just like out there for the public to just see who we are.
Because I mean, how many months were we shooting like training material?
Just
So we're like warming up to do podcasts, like
Few
excited,
months,
eh?
like a month or a few, month or few.
Yeah.
Month or two, just like talking about what it is to do, how to do the business of Sable Energy. So now, instead of us talking about how to like do business in Sable,
Open it up. Ask me.
Jaco,
Ask me. What do you want to
tell
know?
me what and who Sable Energy?
What is Sable Energy? Sable Energy is an incredibly awesome company that I started out of a garage. Sable Energy, so we, in a nutshell, we are manufacturers, we are importers, we are distributors, we are installers of various like solar products, renewable energy products, cool stuff. Anything like in the eco space. That is pretty much what we do. So we manufacture UPSs, we manufacture solar structures like pergolas, we manufacture a bunch of different stuff. We import inverters, batteries, solar panels. We import solar geysers. So yeah, we do everything in like the renewable energy, eco-friendly kind of space. That's pretty much in a nutshell what we do. Who we are is we are. I want to ask you a question. Then this will put in context who we are.
Is this one rhetorical? I don't
No.
want to answer and look stupid.
No. No. Jaco, give me 3 brands of TVs.
Samsung, LG, Sony.
Samsung, LG, Sony. Brilliant. Give me 3 brands of cars.
Ford, Shelby.
No,
and-
man.
What? Ford, Shelby is a car.
Okay, Ford,
Okay,
Shelby.
Ford, Shelby, Lamborghini.
Yes, odd. Okay. Right.
Shelby's
but it's
a
fine.
Cobra. It's
I
beautiful.
I get you.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Ford, Toyota, Nissan, right? Cool, but okay, I'll take it.
Guam.
I'll take it. Right? Give me 3 brands of cell phones.
Samsung, iPhone, Huawei.
Brilliant. Give me 3 names of solar companies.
Sable, Sable, and Sable.
There we go, right? I want this. This is who we are and who we are going to be, and this is where we're heading towards, right? When you think cars, you think Toyota, you think Ford, Nissan, all these companies. When you think any of these brands, you immediately, as a member of the public, you immediately, not being in the industry, you immediately just know the names. You know them off by heart. When you think, stable energy, having stable power at your house, stable energy, right?
Rhymes with Sable.
No, hear me out. People should have stable energy, right? It needs to be sustainable energy, not burning fossil fuels. It needs to be Sable Energy. That's who we are.
Just rolls
right?
off the tongue.
Yeah, we are stable. We supply stable, constant power that is sustainable and eco-friendly to the environment. And we are the one and only Sable Energy, the company that sets trends that others follow and copy. We are the originals. We are the OGs. We are the ones that are the movers and the shakers. We are the ones that people try and catch up to. We are the ones that innovate and create.
In that sense, you need a certain type of, zhuzh. A
We
different
are all
something.
zhuzh.
Yeah, we're all zhuzh.
We are like
got a whole
we are all
different
zhuzh.
culture. Like,
Yeah, we have an insane culture.
what's one of the most unique elements of the culture in Sable Energy that you would like? If you had, I know that we've got a lot.
Yeah.
Of diverse things that makes us different than any other company, not just solar, but any other company as a whole. What is one of the most unique things that you would say is this is just?
We
this is
actually
Sable?
give a shit.
Yes.
That's
So
it.
plain.
Yeah. No, but it's true.
No, we
it's
do.
short, it's sweet, and it's true. It's not a sales pitch. It's reality. We actually do. It's more than just going
Profit.
to work. It's more than just doing a job. It's more than just supplying a thing. It's more than that. It's our lives. It's who we are. It's all we talk about. It's all we can talk about. That's it. It's the most important thing. It's us. It's what we do. It's like it's almost in our DNA. It's in my DNA. It's just who we are. It's like I don't know how to other explain. We give a shit. Give a shit about our customers. We care about what's going on. We care about what we do, our impact. We care about where we're going towards. We care about the kind of future that we build, not just building an incredibly profitable future, but also tackling it, by thinking it through. How are we going to do this? What are we going to do? What are we going to be known for? Who are we in the public's eye?
We've had so many in the past, right? And we've had like weird people. Like we've encountered like kind of weird people, but we've had a lot of naysayers.
Weird?
So like naysayers in like customers,
Man, that's okay.
customer naysayers, consumers that are naysayers. We've had a lot of that, a lot of noise.
Yeah,
right?
just noise. Yeah.
Why? What makes us different in the sense of a lot of other companies would get discouraged there?
Yeah, because they suck.
Because they suck. All right, so obvious. What would you say if there was something? Obviously, we're not going to give away the recipe but
I can give it away. I don't mind.
okay.
Ask me.
So, what was the element to stay, more relevant?
We are
to
better.
Keep going.
We are better. We are just better. There's no two ways about it, right? There's no two ways about it. How many phone brands are out there?
Lots.
Does anyone do it like Apple?
No. Well, there are probably a lot of people that try.
Are there many solar companies out there?
Yeah.
Does anyone do it like Sable?
Nah.
I rest my case, Your Honor. That's it. What makes us better? We just are. We do everything better. We do everything different. We're obsessed with doing things not like everyone else. There's this amazing thing that I drill into everyone that's a part of Sable Energy. I drill it into their brains. And it is Einstein's definition of madness, right? It's beautiful. If you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, right? That's the definition of madness. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So why would we do things that every other solar company is doing and then we expect a different result? We're mad. Madness. But guess what? We're not. We are 100% sane.
Sane, driven, focused, and we've got a goal.
You visit our shops, they are unique to any other solar company out there. You speak to our consultants, they talk different. They know more, they know different things. They give you information beyond the obvious. We are not a typical company.
We focus on more than just the obvious or information.
I mean, our company stays open late. To the public, we close at 5, but internally, what is it odd for us to leave at 11 o'clock at night?
No.
Right? So, what makes us better? Everything.
That does. That's just answers. It's straight up.
Everything.
Literally all aspects that people define as success.
Yeah.
That they are not willing to actually go out and get or go out and do.
Yeah.
We do. And we drive and we work for it.
Yeah.
And then when people are like, oh, wow, it's like instant success. No,
it's not instant success.
Never.
It's like, here's the thing, right? It's even with us, right? Not everyone works out when they want to join the team because we are a team of lions, right? We are a team of lions, Jaco. What are you? Lion! What are you? We are a team of lions, and here's the thing: sheep get scared, right?
Or eaten.
Same with our competition. They feel uncomfortable when we close by, right? They can feel it. We have an energy. We have an aura. Right, we dominate, we take over, we take control, we are in charge. That's it.
Others aren't
You might have a slightly larger square footage than us currently. You might have this and that backing you. You might feel comfortable and safe, soft and warm currently. But not for long.
Lions stalk their prey in the tall, long grass. No one sees it coming until it's time to eat.
So what else you got, Jaco?
So when it came to our culture, because I love the culture, the winning culture, the mindset of what Sable Energy is. When you initially said, like, listen, I'm going to be different than other companies, you've obviously had experience in previous like work environments. Yeah. Like, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. This is what I'm going to change, and this is what I'm going to implement. Yeah. What was the worst thing in your experience that you said, like, listen, this is something I refuse to do the same as the companies that I've worked for?
Well, that's our secret sauce. We do everything better, more of, and we give a shit. If it requires us to work double the hours that other companies are willing to work, then that means that's what we'll do. There is a incredibly simple, if you can visualize, right, a tipping scale, right? And on the one hand, you have success. In the one bucket, you have success. And on the other side, the adjacent side, you have got sacrifice.
Yes.
If that means sacrificing hours, that means we sacrifice hours. If that means that we sacrifice profits to get a customer happy, we sacrifice profits. If that means we have to sacrifice whatever we need to sacrifice in order to give our customer the best product possible, the best experience possible, the best solution possible, we do it. We want to be at the top, at the tippity top. We got to do things different than other companies would. Other companies want to get as much out of a consumer as possible. We don't. We want to give as much as possible. We're going to give them great deals. That does not mean that we sell cheap stuff. We have never sold something that's cheap.
Why Sable?
Why not? It stands for things that we believe in. It's tough as nails, right? And, why
Beautiful.
me as the head of the company? I'll tell you why. Because I am 1.87 meters tall. I weigh 110 kilograms of pure
Beef.
twisted steel and panther piss. And that's why I'm in charge of this company. And that's why I am going to take us to great heights. And that's why I will guide this continent into success and prosperity. When it comes to power and water, Jaco, I will put a new norm on what it is to have power, electricity at your house. I will put a new norm on what it is to have water flowing freely through your taps. We will set a new norm. We will show people what you are supposed to accept as normal. That's who we are. And that's what I'm about.
But was that the plan, like right out of the gate? Like, hey, I want to start a company in this direction.
No, do you know what was like the main like driving factor? So I was always into like really fancy stuff. Like really, like really fancy stuff, like the good life, like
Crocs and socks and
no,
shit.
no. I mean, like I was really into the fancy things in life, like water, food, housing,
Luxuries,
right?
all the luxuries.
All the luxuries,
Yes.
being able to eat and not be homeless and stuff. So the main driving factor for Sable Energy is like this overwhelming sense of I really don't want to be homeless. So that was pretty much
That's a good driving
that was
factor.
the thing, right?
Seeing as you went back, for me now, you actually went to get something behind your name. Okay? I've heard a lot of our people, like, they don't get stuff behind their name. They just go for it. And then
When you say stuff, you mean like education?
Qualification, education,
okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? So you hear about all these other like massive companies that make a massive like impact in the world, like Facebook and Amazon, all these like massive companies.
Yeah.
And then they didn't start with a lot of education. Some of them, not saying all of them. Like some of the companies like started from I'm a salesperson.
Okay.
Like there's one thing I know about you is like you love sales. Sorry, but you love sales.
I do love sales. I love business. You know what I do love about sales? Like, because here's the thing, right? The thing that I love about sales is that sales goes like beyond just me selling you a product. It goes like to, me inspiring you as an employee to do something. Me inspiring you as an investor to, man, let's do this thing. I mean, we can. This is awesome.
Believe
We're gonna
in an
like change.
idea.
Yeah, it's like you don't necessarily always sell product. You sell ideas, an ideology of like what can be, right? So that's why I love sales. I love sales because you can positively impact people's lives. I mean, I can take a young person out of school, 18-year-old person, give them a bunch of really good sales training, and 6 months to a year later, They think different. They talk different. They act different. They live different. They are I'm not saying that some people are better than others, but some are most definitely more productive than others. And then they become really productive.
How long did you take?
Good. Hey?
How long do you take to get really productive? Like
Horrible. I was like the worst sale. Like if I ever, right, found my sales stats when I started in sales, if I just found that those sales reports, Jaco, you'd be shocked. I was the worst salesperson ever. Like my colleagues would place bets, right? Well, this is the bets they would place. We're going to send you to a repeat customer, right? So this is an account customer. This is somebody that has bought from us. They want to buy again. You don't have to pitch them anything. All you have to do is go and do paperwork. That's it. Like they phoned in, they said, listen, I'm interested in buying this laptop, right? For example, just as an example, I didn't sell laptops, but interested in buying this laptop that you guys have on promotion now. Please send a rep out and we'll do paperwork. That's it, right? They've bought before. This is a done deal. They would place bets, right, that I will mess it up.
Yes.
I would go out, and 2-3 hours later, I would return. Yay, the customer didn't buy. I managed to convince them not to buy. You ask me how, and I will just respond with, that's it. I don't know.
Did it?
I just don't know. I have no clue. I was just horrible in sales. So how long did it take me? It took me about 8-9 months for me to wake up and be like, you know what? I think I should probably take this serious, not like loosey-goosey. I should probably put some effort into this, right? Because I'm only going to get out as much as I put in. So I decided to put in everything. Everything that I had, I put into sales and growing and learning in, because it is like a little bit of a learning curve in terms of like going into business, right? Because I mean, as a salesperson, as a professional working for a salary, you're a business person, right? And I wanted to be successful, and I decided to give everything for years, many years, and it didn't take very long for me to rise to the top through the ranks and take my manager's jobs one after the other. Didn't take long. Maybe 6 months or so of like just not giving up to then being good at my job. Maybe another 3-4 months later, I started taking managers' positions. And that was pretty much my story.
So then why didn't you just give up? I mean, you could have. I mean, literally, you struggled.
Again, like
battles.
I would love to be able to do stuff like buy food. I just really dislike bridges. Especially sleeping under them. That was just not for me. So it was typically stuff like that, just like normal things. Like hey, not homeless. So that was
That's a win for me.
One of the main things.
One for me. So you took that from like just not giving up to be the best in your field to then just change the whole idea of like, why not just be the best, not just in my field, but in an industry? How did you make that shift from let's stop being underneath someone else and let's just take over a complete industry? When did that like spark?
You mean like why did I decide to start my own business?
Yeah, what was the actual spark in it?
Well, so the company that I worked for closed their doors. I was working there I started working full-time since I was 15 years old. Full-time. And
it's a lot of years, eh?
Hey?
It's a lot of years of experience.
I mean, it was like 6-7 years, something like that. I'm not too sure. It was 6-7 years that I worked for the company. They eventually closed their doors. Months later, me trying to find a job, and at that time I was really, I didn't have a matric, blah, 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 blah. And I went like, okay, I think I should start my own business because, I'm not finding a job because they all want me to have a matric. And so that's pretty much what started it, was me not being able to find a job. And again, not wanting to be homeless.
But this wasn't the first company you started. What was the first company you actually started?
What's the first company I ever started? Jaco? let me tell you, right? And if you're watching this on whatever video, I'm clever, right? I decided, right? Listen to this, Jaco, but I need you to listen. I decided that I am going to start selling aircons in the middle of winter. So, that was pretty dumb.
Innovation that excites.
No, it was pretty dumb, right? Because like people associate aircon with they can cool you down in summer. So, I had no business starting it in winter. So that was the first company I started. I actually, what I did? That actually made money. Let me rather say that. Not the first company I started. The first thing that bought food was me selling lights, solar lights.
Oh, okay.
Buying them from China Mall and selling them on Facebook Marketplace. That was like the first buy. But I had to like wheel and deal with people because I didn't have enough money to go and buy the stock. So I had to like post things that I took pictures of in China Mall on Facebook Marketplace. You would inquire, you'd go, oh, give me 5 lights. And I go, no problem. I just need a 50% deposit so that we can book out delivery for you. And then people would pay. And then I would use their money, sometimes having to borrow money elsewhere, buy the lights, go there, boom, done deal. I make it back. I put in a little bit of fuel in my bakkie. And then Bob's your uncle. I made 200 smackaroons for the day, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Felt accomplished.
If you look at that, like most people would see that as a hopeless like pipe dream, 200 Rand a day profit, 200 Rand a day profit. Like a constant, hit your head against this wall that just feels like it's not growing.
That's okay.
Was this like more your introduction into the actual like solar? Or was this
No, this
just
was
like
just me trying to survive. Look, I had absolutely no idea what it is that I am going to do that will be highly successful. All I knew was, Jaco, I was giving, and this sounds arrogant, but here's the thing, right? There's this beautiful book called Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. And in the book, he says, if I don't blow my own horn, others will use it as a spittoon, right? So if I don't blow my own horn, others will use it as a spittoon. And let me tell you something, right? I'll blow my own horn for a second. This might come off as arrogant, but you know what? Who cares? Yeah. I was conducting interviews on Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres show when I was in primary school.
Jaco.
Yeah. Now, in my imagination, right? I was already accepting awards for business. Right?
Something in business.
Just something in business. So the thing is, I never knew what. I just knew it's going to happen. And all I need to do is 2 things. It's real simple. I just got to keep trying stuff until something works, and I just don't die, right? Those are the 2 important things, right? Just keep pushing and don't die.
Just eat.
And then it'll happen. So I mean, it was a lot of struggle. So you're talking about, 4 or 5 years of constantly like living like month to month, like zero prospects of things going any better. It was the grace of God and luck that got us here.
And just the sheer determination.
Yeah, just like a lot. Just like hard-headedness, right? So basically, even a donkey doesn't, what does it say? Even a donkey doesn't hit his head twice or something like that?
Yeah, doesn't hit his head twice against the same wall.
Something like that, right? Well, this donkey does.
Yay.
This donkey does. Yeah, and I push through. And and that's why Sable Energy is here today. The business is now 2 years young. Just over 2 years, something like that. I'm not quite sure.
It's almost 3.
I mean, well, it was 2020, towards the end of 2020.
That was 3.
Okay, so there you go. I don't know. In terms of us being registered and that sort of stuff, a little bit younger. But if we're going to talk in terms of when was this a thing? 2020.
Well, that's proper though. I mean, we started in like the year. You started in the year companies were closing down.
Yeah.
We started something. Well, you started something completely, like other people would say, completely like bonkers. Like why you think this is gonna work in the midst of like a collapse of like economy and things like that? You're just hey, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Just do. Why didn't you just decide something else? Because there were so many other conventional things that you could have probably gone into. You just said like, hey, solar. I mean, obviously sustainability is a very huge driving factor. But what was your
I just think
connection
it's cool.
to it?
I honestly just think it's cool. I can talk for hours and hours and hours with someone when we talk about electrical engineering. So like anything electricity or electronics, I can talk for hours. When it comes to like, oh, have you seen that new car? Or that sports team, when they threw the try or whatever. Kidding. I know rugby.
At least.
I am South African after all. Look, I can't talk that long about stuff like that, like the typical things. But I am truly fascinated when it comes to everything engineering, more so towards electrical and electronics. I don't know. I've just been dissecting everything since I was a little youngster. Taking toys apart, seeing how they work, modifying them. It's just I don't know. Just was my thing.
I had to know more.
Hey?
Yeah, I had to know more.
I had to know more. It's cool. You buy me a cool toy. My best toys that I ever had was a set of screwdrivers. I took everything apart.
Yes,
Even my in my room, the light switch was out. Hey.
Yes,
Yeah, it was something else now. Yeah, it was open. Just woo.
That's cool. Probably not how it felt when you're like, woo.
Oh no, yeah, no, I definitely, I choked a couple of times. That was rough.
I can actually imagine that, like, just like,
What?
yay, hello, good morning.
Yeah, no, it was rough. Imagine me, like little, because the thing is, like, I was one of those kids that has like a really tiny body and a really big head. So it would just like flop over. So
like
yeah, I was me. I just always took stuff apart. I love it. I think it's awesome. I still do. If you go to my house, it's weird. I take everything apart. I have to know how it works and then how I can change it, make it better, make it cooler. I don't necessarily invent stuff, but I take stuff that exists. I take 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 things that exists, and I just put them all together and make a Frankenstein thing and make it work. And once I've got a Frankenstein thing that works, I go, cool. Now, how can I make this thing look awesome? And then I just start making it cooler, and refining it. And then we end up with stuff like that, the Sable Energy units. And we end up with stuff like the pergolas. And many things that we've built. Then you end up with just cool stuff.
I mean,
I like cool stuff.
Speaking of cool stuff, let's talk about the cool stuff, which is our Sable Energy Quasar units. Speak about like why Quasar? Why did you decide this? Hey, this is going to be the name. This is where we're going. Like, just screw everything else. We got to go in like, it's like an energy Kickstarter. This is a run your house machine. No, this is a Quasar, because I didn't even know what the name was, what it meant.
Quasar. Yeah, but Quasar is pretty cool. So just pull up the definition. Give me the English words for this, right? But in layman's terms, it is essentially like a thing which is really compact and has a lot of energy. Sometimes multiple black holes.
Yes.
And that is called a quasar. It's normally shaped kind of like a telescope, right? Have you got the word for word thingy there? Let's just have a look at this, right? So I'll read you I'll read you the definition, right? So quasar, a massive and extremely remote sensual object.
Ooh. Sensual.
Celestial. Oh my soul.
Is it celestial? Well, it is sensual.
Not like that, right? It's a massive and extremely remote celestial object, right? Emitting exponentially large amounts of energy and typically having a star-like image in a telescope, right? So it kind of looks like a telescope, right? It has been suggested that quasars contain massive black holes and may represent a stage in the evolution of some galaxies, right? So here's the cool thing about a quasar. It's cool, point, done, right? It's a massive amount of energy that's highly compacted, right? There's a lot of moving parts going on inside, and it just looks insane, right? Google a quasar. It looks beautiful. Now, let me ask you something, right? What sort of similarities do we have with a quasar and our product?
Well,
It's compact.
yes.
It has a boatload of electricity, power, energy stored inside of
How
it.
much exactly though?
Like a lot. Like a lot.
What's a lot? What's a lot?
It depends. I mean, I've got like smaller units that can typically run, these are like portable units. I have a small unit that can run, TV, lights, fridge, Wi-Fi, a couple of small stuff, all the basics in your house. And then we have units that can run everything off-grid, all in one box, like everything. When I say everything, I mean air cons, pool pumps, multiple TVs. Oh, well, that's not compact, but portable. But
portable.
we've got our largest system is a 12 kVA, 20 kilowatt hour unit, all in one box. That is massive. You can run an average house off-grid for multiple days with just the batteries.
That's all.
It's insane.
That is insane. It is and it's beautiful. I mean, speaking of what we have in common with the Quasar, it just looks nice.
Yeah.
Has a shitload of energy inside of it.
Yeah, and it just looks awesome, right? It's something that works, but a lot of attention was spent on how do we make something that's functional but also looks cool. Like you see it, you kind of want to own it as well, right? Like take for example, right? An iPhone. An iPhone, right? Just look at an iPhone. I want you to look at an iPhone. Jaco? And now I'm going to ask you a question. Is this not the most lickable thing ever? Look at this thing.
It is. It looks
you just
nice.
want to lick it, right?
Nice, yes.
And so I make products that people can really use. It lasts a long time. It's really high quality, and you just want to lick it.
Just lick it.
Basically. Right?
Just do it.
What else you got, Jaco? Hit me with a question.
Let's go. Go. When was expansion the actual start? Like, listen, no, this is not big enough. It's now time to get bigger.
To be honest with you, I never had Sable Energy in the beginning. Never had money to expand. It was like
Then
never.
why expand?
Because why not? Right? Think about it. A tree in nature, right? This comes from the Bible. A tree in nature doesn't grow. A plant in nature doesn't grow. What is it doing? It's dying. We will always grow. That's it. We will not die. We will continuously grow and expand and consume. That's what we are. That's who we are. That's what we'll do.
So what would be elements that could kill growth or kill expansion?
Mindset.
Okay.
100% mindset.
So what mindset
Everything
is
is
necessary?
negotiable. You just gotta make a plan. Everything is negotiable. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't have a plan. Right? Then don't knock off at 5. Stay until 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. Go on a whiteboard. Make a plan, boo-boo. You can do it. It's not easy, but it's doable. It's a simple concept. It's not hard. It's just difficult, right? It's all these play on word things. It's something that if you really want it to work, you will make a plan. And I really want this to work, so I make a plan.
Okay. And
So, yeah, that's my answer.
Oh, that's a good answer. Very good answer. My other question is then, when you started the first shop, you opened up. You opened up by Sando.
Yes, I open up by Sando.
Why was this exactly what you envisioned as your first shop?
Not at all.
Or was this just like, listen, I have to expand, let's grab and go?
Basically. That was the best of all my shitty options.
All the shitty options.
Yeah, I wanted to expand. Look, okay, let me explain it to you like this, right? Then you'll understand what I mean. When Isando opened, deposits were paid. We took some furniture in our house, put it in Isando, just to like fill it up a little bit. I didn't really have any products to put on display, so we had nothing there. No boards, no signage, no nothing, right? I was literally sitting there selling product out of an empty, and it's not like the place is huge. It's 110 square meters,
Yeah.
right? And it's the kind of like it's kind of like a scammy 110 square meters because like they count the top level as well. So it's like it's essentially a high garage kind of thing, right?
It was literally a high
It was not a big place, and I mean, you can park like one car. You can park like 2 cars there, back to, bumper to bumper, and that's it. Place full. And so that was Isando. And even though it was such a tiny shop, right? I struggled to fill that place up. So I would literally sit there. I had like a little desk, which used to be a dining room table, right? And a dining room table. I got it there, and I got my little chair, got my little phone, and I'm calling customers, saying, "Yo, come to our shop. We're not open to the public yet, but I can come through. You can come through, and I can show you some stuff." They would pitch up there. I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I thought that we're gonna still have display units on, but there's a little bit of delays in manufacturing. So, but let's talk. Let's do business." And they would like sit there on a couch, right? And then me by a dining room table in like this place, and then I would sell to them. Was there, demo units coming? Yeah, they were. Were they in manufacturing? No. Well, it depends. If this person buys from me, I might have some money.
They might actually
I might be able to go and manufacture some frames. I don't know. And so that was pretty much, it was like the hustle. Just trying to get something going, right? Because I'm pitching a product that no one's seen.
What was the most difficult part about that? Like pitching something, no one's seeing it, because everyone's always like seeing is believing. So what was the most difficult part about selling a product, an idea that literally no one sees? You're sitting in a shop, an empty shop, literally at a table. So just quickly pay a few, like 50K or something.
50,000, 100,000 rand, to some guy in an empty shop, right? What was the hardest part? What was the hardest part? What was the hardest part? It's a good question. I don't really remember it being hard. I don't remember it being hard. I think that the challenge was selling the idea. Not just the idea of, hey, I have a product, you buy the product, that kind of thing. It was like selling the idea to future employees, like prospective employees. Selling the idea to, people that I want to rent spaces from.
Okay.
They want to see who are they letting in. I don't have anything. So selling the idea of Sable Energy, because it all made sense in my head. Like it all made sense in my head.
That was
like I just saw it all.
it.
I saw everything. I could just see it. I could touch it. I could smell it. I could see where everything is. I can see how we're selling. I can see just layouts of shops. I can just see everything. I can just see all of it. I can see how we expand. I can see how we grow. I can see my sales bullpen I saw, a year and a half before it was a reality. I don't know. I just can, not like identically, like exactly, but like I could just see the plan and the path and the route, right? Playing chess in my head with the rest of the country, just playing chess, right? Just moving my pawns. And one of my pawns that I moved was opening my shop in Isando.
So the most challenging part would basically be just someone else opening their eyes to see the same.
Yeah, kind of just
picture.
selling my ideas. Yeah, so it wasn't I wouldn't say it was the hardest part because nothing was hard. It was just a challenge that I took on with a smile. I saw it as something like, because like the thing is, like most people, they would like face adversity and they would like face hiccups and stuff would go wrong and it was bad, and I can't pay bills and I can't do this and I can't do that and everything's like cock. And then
Looking for reasons to not advance.
and you know what I would do most of the time in the middle of that? I would just like sit there and I would just like smile. Right, I would just like smile in the middle of all the cock. I would just like smile and be like, "This is kind of fun."
It's like it's
me.
so rough.
It's like this is way better than selling stuff from charity shops. Just to buy food. So I was like, "This is kind of fun." So that was me. So I didn't find things to be super hard. I was saying it was easy. It was challenging. It was so challenging. Every day. To this day is a challenge. But like that's the cool thing, right? Because every day is just something that you have to beat. And like I'm not saying it's business is a game, but I am saying that like everything that happens, it has a solution if you're willing to look. You just have to find the solution. And then normally you're better off. Because when something happens, it helps you, I don't know, it just helps you freaking strategize it forces you to strategize in such a way that, I don't know, you just you become this like thing, this
entity.
yeah, nah, man. Like, I mean, the business just becomes, don't be weird. Don't be fucking weird. No, like, the business just becomes like a thing that just, I don't know, it's just awesome. It's just solid. It's just really good. I mean, stuff gets thrown at us all the time. And we just like, I don't know, we like just deflect. We just get over stuff. We just beat stuff all the time. So I think it's fun. I really think it's cool.
How many times have you had to change an idea or a concept? So,
how many times do I have changed an idea or concept in terms of?
Let's say you had this vision.
Yeah.
You still have this vision. You still have the big picture in mind. How many times has that picture
All the
changed?
time.
Like
Every time. All the time.
Your ice sander shop wasn't exactly what you wanted. That's what you said previously. Now, moving on to the next shop and the next shop. Was any of them planned exactly what you wanted?
Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
Did you just take it? Just grab it? You know?
I'll take any growth. Here's the thing, right? I'll take any growth. Our company is, and I won't say this on camera, right? But if you take like kind of what the company was doing, what we were worth and whatever, when I started in the garage, you know, and then the first end of our first financial year, and now soon to be the end of our second financial year, or, you know, or whatever, being registered and all that sort of stuff, that fancy, you know, foofy things. We have X'd quite a bit. We have, we've multiplied quite a bit. I will take any and all growth. Thank you very much. I will take all of it.
Mental growth, physical growth.
Yeah, but no, I mean like
growth.
business growth. I mean business growth. So yeah, I mean has all the stuff worked out exactly as planned? No.
It's like you're standing in the corner like, well, we're here now. Might as well roll with it now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fun. I mean, we are currently, how many employees do we have now, Justin? We have like 40-something, something like that, right? 40-something. So we have like 40-something. And it started out just me, just some oak. Just some people in a garage trying to hustle. I think it's pretty cool. We've got three shops now. We probably have... total, I don't know, probably close to 2,000, just over 2,000 square meters, something like that, right? 2,000 odd square meters worth of Sable Energy.
Just a few meters here and there, square meters.
Just a little bit of square meters. So,
Math
not
and
bad.
Stuff.
Not bad at all. What else you got, Jaco? Gooi me.
When you saw the first CV come through, for the first extra salesperson to start doing the job with you, what was your first initial thought? Looking at a CV like...
They were horrible, man. They were horrible CVs. No, I had some weird interviews. I had, just to like give the people, we have a little cup, right? We have this little cup.
Yes, sir.
It's very disgusting. So what happened was we had an interviewee who shall remain nameless that came in and, offered, do you want something to drink? Whatever, yeah, I would like Coke, right? Poured this person some Coke. Drank half of the Coke, left. Obviously, didn't get the job. Not a great candidate. Pretty bad candidate.
It's a close call, though.
What happened next was quite rough.
Yes.
So about a week later, right?
The presents were still here.
So we kind of like forgot about the cup, but it was like put one side, and we were still like setting up the shop or whatever. We noticed something like I noticed like a little thingy in the Coke, right? Because she drank half. This person drank half of it. Oops. Just beat the person. Drank half of the Coke. And it was a little white speck. Upon closer inspection, it was found that it was kind of moldy, right? Now, I don't know about you, Jaco, but I have never I'm like, 26 or something? I've never in my life seen Coca-Cola.
Never.
Mold. It's muff.
I've seen Coke do things to other things, but I've never seen like Coke.
It started muffing.
Like
anyways,
muffing.
This became like a...
First person you actually employed.
Yeah.
Right? The first salesperson. What was the like? Yes.
I can tell you, and I will say her name, Charnel, right? Still with us today.
The OG
The OG, right?
of the OGs.
She did not have the job, but she took the job.
Just took it.
Yeah, took the job. I wasn't planning on giving her the job. And anyway, so she sat there. She's like, you know what? At the end of the interview, such a feisty person, but good, hey, good, really, really, really productive.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, really productive sales consultant. She sat there. She said, look, listen, can you tell me now if I've got the job or not? I'm tired of you interview people that say that you're going to call me back and you don't. Can you just tell me straight up if I've got the job or not? And I go, well, you didn't have the job. She's like, oh, okay, right. Kind of like let down, right? Because she thought that ballsy move was going to get the job. And I go, but would you like the job? And she goes, yeah. And I go, awesome. I'll see you Monday. And there we go.
Just that, like, there was just that, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
see
you
it.
gotta look. You gotta have character. You gotta like push. You gotta go to get change. Like I don't want to like when I say not even pocket change. Like if you want to like change something, if you want to make an impact, you gotta get up and go. You gotta like literally. When I say get up and go, Jaco, I mean like get up and go do it.
Oh. About to just get up and go. I wasn't,
Yeah.
I wasn't just
Like
I just
so,
want to go.
I gathered a bunch of people that are go-getters, people that they want to do something cool, they want to leave behind a legacy one day, and they're not afraid to go for what they want. So ballsy people, and Sable Energy is full of them. We consist mainly of ballsy people.
No, some people would like try and give a fake face though. Like they didn't last.
That's fine. That's fine. We see them all the time, but they don't last long. That's okay. That's good with me. I'm happy with that.
Did you foresee the competition?
No, I didn't foresee anything.
Okay. Did you? How can I say? Expect the type of competition in the industry that we
my
are
stuff's
having
awesome. Have you seen this thing, Jaco? Go, give it a hug. Jaco, go stand up and give that thing a hug. Look at how cool that thing is. That thing was built in a garage. In a garage. Obviously, I had competition. Thank you, Jaco. You come sit down. You can come sit down. So I was definitely expecting for people to copy me because that's just who people are. That's just what they do. Most people don't build.
Unoriginal.
Yeah, they don't create. They copy. And that's okay. That's awesome. I'll just make sure that I'm better than them always. That I will consistently sell a better product. That we consistently give better service. That we consistently come up with new stuff. Right? It's cool. You'll take a year to copy me. But by the time you've copied us, we already developed a new product. And you were a year behind. You will always be trailing Sable Energy. And that goes out to all of our competition. I need to tell you the truth right now. If you decided to copy us or a version of us, you decided to copy us, who is the originals, or you decided to copy a copy of us, you will always trail. You will always trail.
Far behind.
You will always trail us, at least a year, if not more.
I only see the dust. We're already at the location though.
Basically.
So I have another question. Okay. So, when it came to hiring me.
Oh, Jaco. I knew this was coming. When it came to hiring you.
So,
What do you want to know?
biggest red flag.
Jaco, okay,
I'll
tell you
always say like, this is like, what's the biggest red flag?
you were a bouncer. You were a bouncer. And it's like, okay. But no, you were a bouncer. I don't have a problem with the bouncing thing. Why I did call you, you had to date the most perfect CV I've ever seen. You guys listening to this, have never seen a CV like this. I'm talking like things were exact. These things were so precise. It was like a surgeon. It was like a surgeon had to put together a CV.
Not the qualifications. Let me just be straight, because I'm like,
It was amazing. No, it was amazing. I could definitely see. It was obvious when I read through and I saw draftsman. It was obvious that you were a draftsman. That was the most perfect CV I've ever seen. To this day, I still have it saved on my phone. I just look at it every now and then and go, that's nice, and then I just put it away. Whenever I want to see like real good, I just beep that out. Whenever I want to see really good, like spacing and everything was just perfect. So I called you. I didn't even read your CV. I called you on the basis of you had an incredibly neat CV. I don't really care about what was inside of it. I just saw CV looks good, and then I just looked for the number, and then I called you. It was the best CV I ever saw, like visually speaking. To this day, I still have it on my phone, but I've never read your CV. I've never read it.
Yes,
right? I've never read your CV.
it's a good thing you did it. You would have been bored.
But then I called you, Jaco, and then your name's Jaco, and my name's Jaco, and I called Jaco,
obviously,
and I said, "Hello, you sent me your CV." You're like, "Yeah, I sent you your CV, whatever." And I
why do you make my voice so
I sent you my CV, And I go, "Cool, tell me about yourself." And you go, I used to be. Well, you said I must do it lower.
Horrible. Just speak.
Okay. And you said, all right, I used to be a bouncer. And I go, okay. And then you go, all right. I go, okay. And then you go, and I ask you, why are you leaving your current job? And you go, I'm having some issues with my manager, to be straight with you, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, flippin' hell. And then, you know what? Honestly, I just wanted to see, because you said you're big and you're a bouncer. I just wanted to see what because I'm Jaco, and I'm curious, right? I want to see what a big, scary bouncer Jaco looks like. And you have a really good CV that looks good. And I was like, you know what? I just want to see what you look like. So I'll invite you. I'll probably not give you the job. I just want to see. I just want to see what you look like. I was very curious, right? I was just super curious. So then I invited you in for an interview based off that. But interestingly enough, right? So Jaco is our sales manager, and interestingly enough, so minimal experience, walked in sales. And he actually was early for the interview, and I was in the middle of training with two employees, right? Two salespeople that I had there. I was in the middle of training, and I like to psych people up, right? Because that's just we just get the juices flowing, right? What are you? What are you? That's me, right? That's what I do. And anyway. So I get them riled up and I get them psyched up, and we do like a bunch of training, and it's all about the psychology and like getting stuff done and pushing and
Not in a separate room, by the way. So this is like
open.
Echoing everything.
I don't like the whole office thing, right? To this day, do not have an office, right? And my office is everywhere. And anyway, and Jaco walks up and training's done. Like, oh, someone's here. They go downstairs. Oh, you here? Sorry. Go upstairs. And Jaco sits there and Jaco's shaking.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And Jaco is excited, right? He's not nervous. He's excited.
And it was cold.
It was cold, right?
4th of July.
Yo, Jaco, come on. Bring it back to something cool.
All
right?
right.
Gotta sell it to the crowd.
Okay.
And anyway, so Jaco's excited, right? Oh. And long story short, Jaco tells me in his interview that he is going to be the sales trainer and sales manager one day for Sable Energy. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Well, that's one of the questions. I see myself as being the sales trainer and sales manager for Sable Energy. And, I was just super impressed. Not at all what I expected. It wasn't this big, Olgerish type of, bouncer guy. It was a good man. And, and then gave you the job on the spot. You absolutely sucked in the beginning.
Horrible salesperson.
Terrible.
Yes.
I regretted it so many times. I'm like, no, you made a decision. You can turn this around. You can fix this. And I just drive, and I remember I have so many times, right? I just imagined me taking my hands on your head and just shaking like your ears just flop. Just shaking your head, going, wake up, wake up. And then, yeah, it was terrible. I'm getting flashbacks. But now,
It's like this, it's like
relax. But now it's all good, right? Now it's all good. I'm super duper impressed, super happy. The amount that you've changed, well, most people have changed, but like you in particular now, because we're talking about you. The impact that Sable Energy has on people's lives. I'm not just talking financially, right? And stability and all that foofy stuff. I'm talking about growth, like real growth. Like the way you sound, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you act, the things you do, like along with so many others in this company, it's just insane. The Jaco that walked in there on the day of the interview is not the same Jaco sitting in front of me right now. The Jaco sitting in front of me right now is a go-getter. He's an absolute machine. He's a performer.
Oh, thank you, Jaco.
You're welcome, Jaco.
That being said,
ask me some more tough questions. Make it tough. Make me quiver.
When you've had people come into the company that change things in a negative way, how did you handle it? Let's say
when you say people come into the company change things in a negative way, what do you mean?
So we've had negative impact. So as you are hungry for the growth and the success of the company, we've had people that were completely opposite. Completely like, nah, just stick to the bare minimum. Don't want to really give my all. We've had that type of attitudes. We've had people that did the wrong things as well.
Oh, that's just noise. I'll just stop you right there. I call them, I call a spade a shovel. It's just noise.
Call a spade a shovel.
It's just noise. Yo, call a spade a shovel, boy. That was good, right? The audience won't really like understand that, but that's an inside joke. So, no, like just noise. That's just noise, Jaco. Nothing has held us back so far. Nothing will hold us back in the future. It's just noise. Just noise. We are a progressive company. Is that the right word, Justin? We are a progressive company, a forward-thinking company. We are an ambitious company. We are a highly skilled company. We are a hungry company. Fun fact, I think the average age of employees in this company is 23, something like that. 23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
That's the average age of employees in this company.
That's pretty dope. Young, hungry, growing, just everything.
Yeah. And, we're good at what we do. We're really good at what we do. Yeah. We're good at what we do. That's it.
Determined, we got that. We've got
So,
more.
what else you got, Jaco?
So now just seeing that, like you said, it's not just like a singular exciting thing in the company, right? So let's move from what has happened, what is happening, seeing the impact in the country. Was this more or less something that you expected? Did you expect, obviously you did expect like all the competition, getting riled up, doing what we're doing and copying us, being so original. So except for the competition, the impact on public, on other businesses, was this what you wanted, or is this has Sable Energy already exceeded more for the impact that you were looking for in the country? I mean, we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. Look, we will always strive to do better and more and greater and be bigger and expand, and that's just who we are, right? That's our nature, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So what I can tell you is we will take over the world in terms of power and water. We will be the sole provider of power and water for the planet, right? And then I will follow it up, that bold statement, with the following. Man's greatest burden is unfulfilled potential. So, meaning you will never reach your wildest expectations. My wildest expectations is for us to take over completely, 100%, be the sole supplier of water and energy on the planet.
Never reach or never exceed?
You'll never exceed.
Okay.
You'll never exceed your wildest expectation, my bad. So at minimum, we will be the sole provider of power and water for the continent.
It's a good start.
It's a good start.
So humble beginnings.
Yeah, humble beginnings. So, it was really cocky, but to be honest, where we're going towards, where we're heading towards, it's your question, right? Where we're heading towards.
What is next for Sable? In the immediate future?
Everything. We are going to slowly take over an industry. That's what we will do. We're going to slowly take over an industry. We'll start with power. We'll move on to water, and then we'll move on to other things. There's a bunch of awesome things in the works. We've got amazing things. We bought a house, right? Not for me to live in.
Or me.
Right? Right? We bought a house, which is awesome. It's a house that we built, that we bought. The plan for the house is it is a new product line. So I want you to think sustainable living, constant living, right? Your power, your water, right? It's you produce it yourself. You got a massive off-grid solar system. You got a borehole system with a filtration system that takes care of your power, takes care of your water. You are not reliant on Eskom. You're not reliant on Rand Water.
No more frustration, stuff like that.
So basically, our houses that we're gonna sell will pretty much be like this, right? Let me ask you something. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Sable Energy.
Sable Energy who?
Smart home, off-grid with power, off-grid with water, massive warranties and guarantees, insanely amazing, modern, futuristic house that you walk into that everything is controlled with a cell phone. Smart home. I mean, when I say everything, you walk in the doors automatic. It
I've just come into the house now already. You already knocked.
Everything, right?
Then.
We're talking like
Yes,
insane, like a new way of thinking what living should be like at your homestead, right? You being at your house, like we want to like redefine the concept of what should be acceptable and what not. Because the problem is, right? This country has made people used to the fact of compromising. It's okay that sometimes I don't have power. It's okay that sometimes I don't have water. It's okay that I pay exorbitant amount for electricity. It's okay that I pay astronomical prices for basic things like water. It's okay that these things don't always function.
No, it's not.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
I can't even remember a time without load shedding or problems like in any like infrastructure. It's like literally, it's part of like being a South African at this stage. Everybody's like, it's okay.
And here's the thing, you're not supposed to accept it, right? Just because somebody's been punching you on the arm for years and years and years doesn't mean it's normal for people to just walk up to you and whack you, right? That's weird. You're not supposed to accept it. So, knock, knock. Who's there? Sable Energy. Sable Energy, who? Sable Energy is the future. That's who. Right?
Place.
And what is the alternative, right? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Eskom.